You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what he actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday, happy Mercury Day, and happy 2/22. It's a powerful day in the Milky Way. Yes, that rhymed. 2/22. It's one of those angel number days where we can really tap into the energy of 2. So I won't get fully into it, but 2 is representative of balance and harmony. And maybe you're feeling a little bit of that in your relationships today as well, because 2, I mean, you can literally come back to common sense, 2 things coming together, representative of relationships. And I just want to say thank you all for being patient with me today, already making my day with the love you're sending. I appreciate you all. We have Corby here and Nick here. Rachel is here. Good morning to you, Rose. Loving all the love in the comments. Before we get into Mercury Day, and we're going to be talking a lot about Mercury today because our main transit is a harmony between Mercury and Mars. Might be feeling fast-paced energy, fiery energy today. We'll get into that, but we have to take a moment for the beautiful souls born on 2/22. And trust me when I say this just makes sense. It's Drew Barrymore's birthday today. She's like one of the most magical beings, right? Like, I just feel like Drew Barrymore is magic. And of course, she was born on 2/22. Also, Steve Irwin, another very mystical human being who captured all of our hearts. Anyone else? Robert Kardashian was a Pisces. Eliza Schlesinger is a Pisces. James Blunt. Anyone else you're seeing that we Julie Walters, love her in Mamma Mia. Pretty sure that's the same actress. Of course, if you were born on 2/22, if you know someone born on 2/22, give them a shout out so we can send them some love and celebrate their magic as well. All the hellos happening in the chat today. I love that you're all greeting each other. So let's get a check on the current energy. The moon has officially moved into Aries. And you might have seen last night, if you looked up at the moon, as it was getting ready to move into Aries, you could see right above it, Venus and Jupiter. So if you weren't able to see that with your bare eye last night, or if you looked up and noticed, oh, there are these very bright stars above the moon, that was actually Venus and Jupiter. And I posted a picture on my Instagram stories if you're curious to see what that looked like and you missed it with your own eyeballs. I have more energy than usual this morning, feeling that fire. Yes, Rose. Well, we know you have so much fire in your chart, and today's forecast is probably going to feel really good for you because the moon is in Aries, making all these conjunctions to the planets I just mentioned, Venus and Jupiter also in Aries, and even Mercury and Mars connecting in these air signs. Mars is that fiery energy too. So the pace is quicker today, and there's just a lot of fire and energy to work with. But I also want to hold space for Rachel. I'm still tired. I'm definitely feeling that a little bit too. Not like physically tired, but just kind of like, the fast pace feels like a little overwhelming for me today. So remembering for you, Aries rules your 8th house, right? So it might feel like more of an internal transit for you if you're a Virgo rising and Aries rules your 8th house as well, or if these transits are popping up in a more internal area of your chart. Prepped dinner for today and tomorrow and the future. Clean the kitchen. Feeling that fire. Yes. And also remembering that it's Pisces season, right? Like we're still in this very liminal, sleepy season, but the fire is definitely kicking in thanks to the moon. Yeah, this Aries, moon, Chiron, Jupiter, Venus energy, 4 planets in Aries right now. Oh, hitting my 6th house makes sense. And your natal Mars. You're like, let's go. The cleaning, the organizing, the preparation, so perfect for a 6th house transit. That is amazing. Yeah, and Rachel, other things going on in her chart, Venus opposing Venus, feeling that tension. Definitely. Yeah, Corby, goals for sure. For sure. Hey, Elena. Yeah, so just take a look at the chart. I mean, look at what's going on over here in Aries. It's like you can't ignore all that fire over there right now. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about this trine between Mercury and Mars. So let's get into that trine right now. That nice balanced angle. Speaking of balance, Rose says trying to keep it in balance, don't want to overdo it. That is a great segue into this trine between Mercury and Mars, because you can think about it this way. Mercury is the fastest moving planet, right? It's closest to the sun. It's zipping around. It's going here. It's going there. It's making to-do lists. It's very productive energy. Even in Aquarius, where it's a little more spacey, with this playing out in air signs, this air trine, we're more communicative, we're more chatty, more ideas are coming through. And then the trine to Mars, this nice balanced angle to Mars, is going to pick up the pace even more. If there were 2 planets that were associated with moving quickly and just moving in general, it would be Mercury and Mars. So lots of energy to work with today, lots of movement happening, maybe not physical movement, but because this trine is playing out in intellectual air signs, you might be having a lot of mental movement today as well, a lot of ideas, maybe some breakthroughs, bold expression, a lot of mental energy. So, with Pisces season here, maybe your body is like a little like, ooh, okay, trying to catch up, or maybe not, but it's likely that we're going to have active minds today. Making sure you have an outlet for that mental activity, journaling, talking, listening to a podcast, even just having like a TV show ready to go that you can kind of get lost into if your brain is circling. I know we've all been there. I've certainly been there. What's cool about this trine between Mercury and Mars is that it does give us confidence to express ourselves. We can boldly share our ideas and share our perspectives with Mercury in Aquarius. So there's a focus on being able to relate to others, again, with the Aquarius Gemini trine playing out here, very much about connecting with other people, but also to do so confidently. And again, it could be a lot of receiving ideas. It could be a lot of sharing ideas, a lot of conversations happening, talking more quickly, even with Mercury and Mars connecting. So definitely stay open to conversation. Our mindset really benefits from being in community. So if you're here, you're in a great place already because we have Mercury in the community-oriented sign of Aquarius. So sharing perspectives, staying open to other people's perspectives. It might just feel like a lot of information is coming and going very rapidly today. My toddler and I had a dance party this morning. I'm bouncing off the walls. You are in your element, Rose, totally. The day is giving roar energy. Yeah. So even though this is an air trine, again, Mars is involved. And so it's just like, let's go, let's do, let's think, let's speak. And I have so many phone calls lined up for tonight. My dad wants me to call. My friend is helping me wedding plans. So we schedule calls to keep me on track. Love friends like that, right? This trine, I should mention, is exact at 12:13 p.m. Pacific time. Love that for us. So we're coming into it right now, and we're going to be feeling it throughout the night, especially. One more thing I want to point out about this is that we last experienced a trine between Mercury and Mars right as Mars was beginning its retrograde last year. So actually, right as Mars entered its shadow period, we had a trine between Mercury and Mars. And then right again as it was stationing retrograde. So this time around, you might even be having a few insights or puzzle pieces come together from whatever came up for you during Mars retrograde, that long 5-month, it felt like retrograde, basically October to, I think it was January or December that Mars stationed direct. We're still in the shadow period, if you can believe it. Mars shadow period is very long. It will end in the beginning of March. So as we're coming out of Mars shadow period, maybe you're finding yourself sharing insights and perspectives you gained from that major slowdown we experienced during both Mercury and Mars retrograde at the end of last year. Maybe the ball is starting to get rolling. There's kind of steam pumping through the engine again, and it feels like, okay, spring is coming. We're starting to make some serious moves today, and the forward motion is really progressing with this trine between Mercury and Mars. So, Rachel's saying, I have all these calls lined up. Maybe those calls are helping you really get the ball rolling on some things. But it's funny that you mentioned that, because my dad called me this morning too, and I was like, I've got so much going on this morning. I got to call you back. So that's another potential of this transit, just having a lot going on, like a lot of things to do today. Mercury is like that to-do list. Mars is action, and it could just feel like your schedule is jam-packed, or there's a lot of different ways your mental energy is being pulled today. So yeah, it's a lot. Today is a lot in general. We haven't even gotten to what the moon is doing yet. Diane says, today feels so tense for me anyway. Well, remember, is Mars near your ascendant right now? I'm guessing. I can't remember what degree your rising is at, but that could feel a little as Mars crosses over into your first house. Like, just a lot of the word rumbling comes to mind, but a lot of anxiety, like wanting to move and wanting to do things, but not exactly feeling like, okay, full steam ahead yet. Maybe this trine between Mercury and Mars helps you out. Any Gemini rising right now actually is probably feeling the full effects of this, because Mercury is your ruling planet and Mars has been either in your 12th house or your first house. So it's like, it's potent. It's potent for you, Diane. Yeah, we're sending you love. Just learned some discouraging information and how to break down. That's okay. I feel like this is a huge setback for Pisces season for me. Hoping I'm wrong and disappointed, because last night in meditation, I had the coolest experience with intense feelings, visuals, cyan color light, had to be energetic downloads. Yeah, so Mars is still in your 12th house, still activating that release, that closure. That's not a super comfortable place to be. Yeah. Sending love to you. I wouldn't, don't be too discouraged. You're already doing the right things. Meditating with Mars in your 12th house, perfect. Sometimes things just don't go exactly how we envision them, but the universe has a better plan. So Pisces season is just getting started. This is just one transit, just one day. It's going to be all right. You're going to be great. And just try to have an outlet for ideas that are coming through or anxiety that's coming through. That goes for everybody, not just Diane, because as fiery and fun as the forecast is, if we don't have a place to put our ideas, to share our ideas, to move the energy that's coming through us, because there's quite a bit of energy today, it can feel like a lot. You guys are almost same exact layout of your charts. How cool. So that's the trine between Mercury and Mars. Even saying that, I feel like I'm getting like a little breathless today. Like talking about it is like, like that's kind of the vibe I'm feeling. It's funny because I relate to a lot of what my fellow Gemini, Virgo risings are saying, with it being like, this feels like a lot. But my rational brain looking at the forecast is like, this is fun. This is good. So give yourself grace wherever you're at and however you're experiencing the transits, and know that sometimes it moves through us differently depending on where we're at in life and outside circumstances too. And of course, all of your other placements. Yes, you definitely have the tools to get through this, and so much amazing inspiration to share with the world. When the divine timing is perfect, it's all going to align for you. Yeah, super cool. Yes, yes, yes. So much love to Diane. Okay, let's talk about the Aries moon. The waxing crescent moon in Aries. The moon moved into Aries right around 9:15 last night, Pacific time. And Aries is like, let's just go. Let's just do it. Especially with all the connections it's making today. It's like, who needs a plan? Let's just impulsively jump right in, dive right into it, right? So we're really eager to just move and get the ball rolling. And, you know, Diane, I'm thinking of you, and I know you had some really powerful visualizations and rituals you did under the Pisces new moon and visioning. And this Aries moon, because it's a waxing crescent phase, there could be that tension too of like, those of us ruled by Mercury, I need my time to plan, you know, but the moon in Aries is like, forget the plan, just go for it. And that can be a little anxiety inducing too. So if you're someone like Rose, who is just like all fire anyway, she's like, this is great. I can just move. I don't have to be so caught up in like the planning and preparing. But if you're someone who likes to have a clear cut plan ahead of you, this could be a little anxiety inducing. So just want to hold space for the full range of expressions that can come through these transits. Yeah. Rachel says, I've been having doubt come up today. Didn't really sleep well last night. Me neither. Yeah. The Virgo Gemini risings. We need the love today. I feel like Pisces is putting out the fire of Aries and feels more of a smolder today. That's a great visualization, which is nice. Fire energy can feel pretty intense for me with all my earth and air energy. Yeah, that makes sense. That really resonates for me too today, Katie. Yeah, always sending love. We appreciate it. My Aries stellium and Sag stellium is coming on strong today. Yeah, Rose, today is your day. Today is totally your day. So not only is the moon in Aries, but the only connections the moon makes throughout the day today happen to be conjunctions to all of the other planets in Aries. So overnight, again, if you didn't see it with your bare eyes, go look at my Instagram story because it's really cool to see like the moon and then Venus and then Jupiter all right there. I've been leaning more and more into like really going and spotting the planets with my eyes. So you can see on the chart what was happening in the sky, right? The moon was over here, Venus was right above it, Jupiter was right above that. So overnight, 1 a.m., the moon formed a conjunction to Venus. Sweet dreams are definitely possible if you were sleeping through this, but even this morning, we woke up feeling the energy of the moon conjunct Venus. Even right now, they're still within 5 degrees of each other, so we're really still feeling almost this triple conjunction right now between the moon, Venus, and Jupiter. This brings all the good vibes. It brings loving energy through. It brings passion through, for sure, with the moon conjunct Venus in Aries. I would say sweet dreams, but also some spicy dreams with the fire element involved. And it's easy to express our love. Even today in the chat, like so many people like sending love, sending love, sending love. Love to see it. The moon conjunct Venus is all about like, I'm sharing the love. I'm just doing it. I'm sharing the love with everybody today. And life will just feel a little more beautiful when we do that. So tapping into the passion, sharing it with other people, that can be a great outlet for anxiety too. Like, I'm grateful for you. I love you. Like, let me just get this out of me, right? Productive outlet. Maybe not love bombing people or overwhelming people because, yeah, there is a tendency to come on strong with so much Aries energy playing out, but there's no shortage of love today. And then as the moon comes into this conjunction with Jupiter as well, it's like expanding on the good vibes. The good vibes continue to grow during this conjunction between the moon and Jupiter today. And that will be exact around 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. So really all day, we're experiencing a lot of positivity, a lot of love. It's just a lot. It's a lot of it. So we have plenty of energy, plenty of optimism to work with during this conjunction between the moon and Jupiter. But remember, Jupiter is like a magnifying glass, amplifying whatever is touching it. And its excess is a shadow of Jupiter. So excess of energy, a little bit of overwhelm, a little bit of anxiety, having so much energy and not knowing what to do with it. Again, it's just like, just do it. Just move. Moving your body anytime the moon is in Aries is what I suggest, like dancing around, going for a run, going for a walk, physically moving energy, because Aries is a very physical sign. But especially today with the moon conjunct Jupiter, like move that energy out of you, because with so much mental activation between Mercury and Mars, could be really easy to get stuck right here, right? So picture the energy moving out of you, moving through you. We talk a lot about cleansing, cleansing with our breath, cleansing with ritual, cleansing with water, but movement is cleansing too. Sweating toxins out, that's very cleansing as well. So, yes, lots of energy to work with today, and it might be showing up in a lot of different ways. Aries usually agrees with me, Diane says, but maybe this one caught me off guard. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of energy. You saw that alignment in the sky. I hella want to see that on your story. Rose is like, hella. Haven't heard that in so long. Yes, my NorCal people. We say hella. We do. Love that. Nick says he has Aries in his 5th house, no placements. Do feel tired already some today. Should take a nap before I battle my friends tonight. I love how you use the word battle and how you're playing a game tonight, because battle feels like that Aries energy, and with the moon moving through your 5th house, play. Play is a great outlet for that energy. Yes, the opposition to Aries is Libra. Yeah. Did some Qigong today, really helped me ground through the energy and start off the day slower. Literally moving energy through you through physical movement. Super powerful. So it's heightened. We're coming into the peak of the day in the next 2-3 hours. And then things might start to slow down. I don't want to promise that. Probably not. But I will say we could experience some sort of energetic shift, because the last conjunction we feel is between the moon and Chiron at 13 degrees. So Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron has been in Aries for what seems like forever. And the wounded healer is like a double-edged sword. It can provoke our wounds, especially in this reactive sign of Aries. We could be irritated or feel that come up at some point this afternoon, this evening. This should be exact, right around 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. But healing is also possible, and quickly moving healing, it feels like, because we have so much positivity and love to work with today. If we really lean into the movement of that energy through us, it could feel like we're stepping into the next chapter of a healing journey. Aries is like that first sign, that first step. And so with the moon conjunct Aries, it's like taking a step into the next chapter of healing. Now, I want to reiterate, irritability, reactivity, definitely possible too. So if you're noticing any wounds are being activated this evening, tonight, as the moon meets up with Chiron, try to see those wounds as signals, giant beacons, like, hey, this still needs to be healed, or I'm feeling some stagnant energy, maybe physically, like you might feel a physical wound tonight. Again, Aries is a very physical sign, like my shoulder is really hurting me. Okay, what can I do? How can I move energy through that part of my body? Don't overdo it, but like maybe a stretch, maybe some yoga, doing some foam rolling. Or it could be, with this being the moon conjunct Chiron, of course, an emotional wound that comes up. Think of it in the same way. How can I move energy through that part of myself? Maybe it's a childhood wound coming up. So maybe you do something that your inner child would really enjoy under the Aries moon, and that can be moving energy through that part of your psyche and that part of yourself. So try to see any aggravated wounding or pain, physically or emotionally, as a siren or a beacon of what is needing attention and what is needing to be healed. Oh, look at that. I love when we give each other little pings of insight. Rose is like, thanks for the reminder to tap into Qigong. Love it. I love that. Love when that happens. Lots of fire. Maybe too much fire for some of us who are a little more earthy, but or watery as well. But there's plenty of potential to work with today. If I had to sum up the forecast in one word, it would probably be potential. Think of the fire energy as a match being lit. It can light up the whole world if you keep the fire going, right? But it could also burn down your house if you don't put it in a safe place or channel it correctly. So picture that little match throughout the day. Picture yourself as the match. Are we burning out of control? Are we scared about catching other things on fire? Or are we lighting up the world around us? That might be helpful for those of us who are feeling a little overwhelmed by the current energy. Okay, let's come back to our affirmation of the day, which is I am here to move. So much movement in the forecast today. And this can be applied in a lot of different ways. I'm here to move emotions. I'm here to move physically. I'm here to move energetically. I am here to move. We literally came here as humans to move energy and to just like be and move around. So we're here to move. Remember, give your body some love, move your body. And we're here to move ideas too, to create, to take things that come down, little seeds that come into our brain and put them out into the world around us. So remember, you're here to be just this vessel for energy to move through you. And if it feels like energy is getting stuck in the form of anxiety, how can you move it? We're here to move. The roof is on fire. Yeah, when I was picking the song for my little my reel that I post on Instagram with the takeaway from the forecast, it's like there were so many songs. I just typed in fire and I was like, there's like I almost did it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. That's a good point. Could be a great outlet for some energy today, right? Passion. I ended up going with Hot Stuff by Donna Summer. There's also that song Fire by, I don't think it's by the Ohio Players, but it's that older song. It's like fire. Play some fun music. Let energy move through you. Maybe put on a little fire playlist for yourself. Yes, Diane, I think a walk outside is in order. Ooh, it's warming up there. We're switching. It's getting colder here, but it's warming up for you. So nature, a great way to ground with all of this activation as well. Okay, we're going to finish up with a pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. There's this primal energy we're working with today with Mars, with the moon in Aries, which is, of course, ruled by Mars. So also something to remember as we shuffle up these cards here is that, like, we are animals. Like we do have a higher mental capacity than most mammals, I think, as far as I know. But we are animals, and animals have instincts, and animals need to move and eat and take care of their bodies. And a lot of animals are better at taking care of their bodies than I think we are when we let our minds take over. So remember, you're a freaking animal. Like, what does your animal body, your animal self need? Fire and water. Burning down the house. Yeah, that's a good one. Except don't burn down your house today. That match, don't let it burn down the house. Just listen to burning down the house. Quick question. Great for shuffling. What does that Venus-Venus opposition mean for me? My Venus is in the first house and transiting in the seventh. That is a great question. First, I will ask you, what's coming to mind for you? How is it feeling for you? What I have noticed, let's see, I just had a Venus-Venus opposition like a month or two ago. And especially with yours playing out with the first house and the seventh house, I could see this showing up for you as like power balance in relationship, or I take that back, giving and receiving in relationship, like how much you're willing to give, how much you're willing to receive, and what do you really want for yourself and in your relationship. So kind of that back and forth, that pull between wanting to have a harmonious relationship, but also wanting to be balanced and harmonious in yourself. So an opposition is like that push or pull. It can attract. You can attract love to you easily with Venus opposing Venus. Your desires can attract the desires of your partner, especially with this first seventh house dynamic. Or it can be like you're realizing, I know what I want. I know what I desire. I know what I am calling in. I know what I am worthy of receiving and what my values are with Venus in the first house. And that's actually conflicting with the values of others, the desires of others. So you might be feeling that duality, that pull there, and that's okay. That doesn't mean anything crazy is going to happen. It's just illuminating that polarity that you're feeling. Okay, perfect. Well, I have the card ready to go. I haven't pulled it yet. It's right on top. Diane asks, I'd love if the cards revealed to me what I should take from the unsettling news I got an hour ago and how to move forward from it, what to do about it. Beautiful. Okay, let's take a deep breath and we'll flip over this card. Remembering you can always come back to your breath if you're feeling overwhelmed. Here we go. Give yourself the gift of the deepest breath you've taken all day. And as you release, set your intentions into the cards. What do we need to know? Ooh, whale spirit, trust the great mystery. Not sure if that's the clarity you were looking for, Diane. It's card number 65. Sometimes the universe is a little coy like that. Trust the great mystery when we're looking for very clear guidance. But let's see. Maybe there's more clear guidance than we are expecting, or than I am expecting. Okay. It's a humpback whale. Love humpback whales. Trust the great mystery. Whale spirit is an ancient creature who was here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet. In the hidden realms where all things must gather first before manifesting into form, whale spirit is the keeper, singing the soul of the whole world from the deepest waters of the coldest seas. When the whale spirit appears, this is a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand it. Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition, and through the peripheral senses that part the invisible veils separating the visible world from the great manifesting consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of spirit and to trust that within the invisible, what you can't see now are the seeds of your intentions being tended to by angels. Feels very Pisces season, right? Especially as so many of us are feeling like we need to move, we need to do, we need to take action today. Trusting in the great mystery, soaking into the fogginess of Pisces season, opening up our other senses, and simply surrendering to divine timing. And also, I just want to read a little bit of the protection message if you pull this card in reverse. Certainty is not offered to you right now. You are being asked to trust the process of co-creation. Whale spirit reminds you that your primary reality is not that of the material world, but of that of the realm of spirit, from which the essence of your dreams and desires take shape before arriving as a specific form. You must trust absolutely that what will come will be for the highest good. Stay in your present moment awareness and allow the hidden realms to hold your intentions safely until it is time for them to manifest in the realm of form. Let go, for you will not be left behind. Some things take longer than others to arrive. Trust in the great mystery, the great unfolding, and in divine timing, and surrender. Move. Use your primal senses today. Move any energy that's stagnant so you can just keep your channel clear and open for downloads, for your manifestations to arrive in divine timing. And take care of your body in the meantime. You know, if there's anything that we can take away from all this Aries energy, it's like, listen to your body today. Rachel says, I have couples counseling tomorrow and I'm just having anxiety about it. Totally makes sense. And just doubt about my relationship with everything happening. Had a difficult combo yesterday. Not sure how to balance it. That's okay. Just take care of you. Honestly, with Venus opposing Venus in that first 7th house dynamic, I love that this Aries energy is coming through for you today because it's that reminder. It's okay to be a little selfish. It's okay to take care of your body first. It's okay to regulate your nervous system first so you can show up for counseling or any difficult conversations, any sort of relating feeling like your best self. Because if we're constantly worrying about what other people are going to do or how we're going to handle their emotions, we're putting ourselves on the back burner, right? So put yourself first. Full permission under the Aries moon to put yourself first. My husband has Mars and Aries in the 5th house and his progressed moon in Libra. Curious how his day will be. Ooh, okay. He's feeling that 5th house, 11th house dynamic a little bit. I think he's going to have a pretty active day, probably a fun day with the moon moving through his 5th house. Hopefully, lots of fun, maybe some community connection too. Yes, sending all the love as we're really feeling that conjunction between the moon, Venus, and Jupiter. There's plenty of love to give and gratitude. That's something else. Another way we can move energy and move anxiety, gratitude. With the moon conjunct Jupiter, we're generous, sharing gratitude with other people. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm so grateful to you, maybe to your partner, saying, I'm grateful for these little things that you're doing, even if the bigger picture feels scary. I've been there. I've definitely been there. It is whale season there, Rose. The last 2 times I've been to Hawaii, I have come during whale season, and we brought a drone and we have been able to shoot some incredible video of mama whales with their babies, with their calves, from the shore, because they, at least from where we visit in Lahaina on Maui, they usually come right near the shore and you can just look out and see them. What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Shooting the water out of their blowholes, spouting, breathing, essentially. We're just watching them breathe. But yes, it's my favorite time of year to visit Hawaii during whale season. And the humpbacks are incredible, just incredible. If anybody's interested, I can share a link to some of the video we've shot a couple years ago. We have so much video we haven't even shared. It's just one of my favorite experiences I've ever had, is being near whales. And I always joke that my partner was like a whale in a past life, or definitely some sort of like water alien or something, because wherever we go, it's like he can call the whales. I'm telling you, he loves whales. And we were in Monterey last year. We saw whales randomly. Yeah. And the last time we got to Maui, we pulled oracle cards, and the oracle card he pulled was, it was from the Starseed Oracle, and it was like Mintonkin, and it was all about like a water planet and whales being your ancestors. Anyway, that's a tangent, but I love this card. We even have a drone photo that we took framed in our house of the whales. They're such incredible creatures, so much wisdom. Hearing them sing and just move is humbling and awe-inspiring. It's just amazing. And it really makes you realize how small you are, because whales are freaking huge. Yes, Katie. Yes, Katie. There's really a lot of beauty in experiencing our experiences. There's a place for analyzing, but sometimes we need to embrace the moments as they are. This really speaks to me. Yeah, very much aligned with the Aries moon, like just being, just being and experiencing life as it moves through you. Trust the process of co-creation. That was something I was wondering I did wrong for a long time. The Virgo, I'll just do it myself, working so hard on the physical plane, I neglected to properly ask for the universe and others from the other side. Yeah, for help from the other side. Yeah, and you're already doing it. You created your vision board, you planted that seed, you put it out there. So just now releasing a little bit of control and allowing life to move through you. Something this very wise woman who's an Akashic record reader, I did an episode with her of a spiritual journalist last year. Something she said that I heard from her months ago that really resonated was like, when you're waking up, it's like, first you're like, okay, life is happening to me. And you're like, oh, why is this happening to me? And then you're like, oh, life is happening for me. Everything's happening for me. Then you realize maybe not everything is like happening for me. That's kind of a self-centered view, but life is happening through me, right? Life is just happening through me. I'm just a vessel for life. And then she moves on to life is happening as me. I am life. It's just happening, right? So that might be helpful too, which is all this energy, like We're just here to move energy and be alive. And sometimes we get so wrapped up in what we want life to look like. Just let it happen today. Just let it happen. Yeah, beautiful card. Even just the visual on it, like a whale diving in. She looks so free. Even kind of looks like a little baby whale. And they're so cute. I'm so jealous, Rose. I want to come to Hawaii and hang out with the whales. Yes, trusting the seeds are being tended. The info that was revealed to me sort of made a decision for me. Yeah, and maybe that's the universe co-creating with you, even if it's not exactly how you thought it was going to go. I guess I just have to trust something is in the works. And the one thing I was questioning was not right for me. And that's why it occurred. Absolutely. Glad that even though you didn't get maybe the clarity you were hoping for, you did. You did get the message. Beautiful. Yeah. Thanks for being here, Alex. Thanks for sharing in the positive vibes. We appreciate you. It's funny when the mama and baby whales have the escort whale. Yes. The video we shot, the first video we ever shot, was of a mom and a baby and 3 escorts swimming way beneath them, like almost just shadows that you could see from above. Yeah, but it's not the real baby daddy. It's the male whale trying to swoop in now that baby daddy is gone. Yeah, and then they like fight each other. So even farther out in the ocean, they're like clashing with each other and doing these big breaches and stuff. It's so cool. But yeah, you could really, talking about primal instincts and animal instincts, whales are a great example of that. The minute mom pops out that baby, they are trying to impregnate her again. Hello, Aries energy, right? That like masculine, like we got to plant our seed. We got to put it in there. So funny. Ooh, Katie says, I've heard relationships need 5 positive interactions to 1 negative. Feels like a lot, but there are small opportunities that can add up, but it's hard and there's many layers. Absolutely. Yeah. Just like we're supposed to be getting like 8 hugs a day. You know, are we getting 8 hugs a day? If you're not, like hug yourself, you know, hug a pet. We actually need a lot more affection than our brain convinces us that we need, and a lot more positivity than maybe we're willing to give ourselves or give other people. So thank you for sharing this, Katie. A great reminder. Even if you're not sure or in a little bit of irritation with your partner, with your kids, with your family members, with your friends today, just being willing to be like, you know what, I'm going to lean into Venus, I'm going to lean into Jupiter, and I'm just going to tell you, I love you and you're doing a great job. Or I'm going to do a little act of service for you, or just give you a little pat on the back, or give you a hug. You know, those positive interactions can be life-changing for us and for the people around us. Yeah. Thinking about that, holding people in my life accountable. Yeah. But also lead by example. You know, don't be afraid to be the one to initiate the positivity. Air hugs out there towards the 8. Yeah. We can all air hug each other now. Oh, I'm glad that resonated for you, Katie. Yeah, it's something of, I forget the exact title, but Veronica Lee is her name, and I adore her. She has such amazing perspective, and her mom was an astrologer and a psychic, so she kind of learned it. She's been around the world of manifestation, astrology, the Akashic records pretty much her entire life, so she's just a wealth of wisdom. Yeah. All the air hugs. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for today's episode of Transits Today. Tomorrow, we'll be really sinking into the Aries moon. Not a whole lot of energetic connections tomorrow, which might be a welcome come down from the height of the energy today. So you got this. Remember to move energy through you, share some positivity, share some love, and you always have this community to come back to for support. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you can feel the love that we're all sending out to you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel so we can keep this content coming to you for free and keep this community growing. And for those of you, my regulars who keep showing up, you are freaking amazing. I love you all. I think you are all individually so magical, and collectively, we are so powerful together. Yeah, dance it out today, for sure. If you're feeling any anxiety, put on a fire song, put on a fire playlist, and dance it out. Sending love to you all, and I will see you tomorrow morning. But until I see you next, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.